Well, I mainly do woodworking, but I do have a couple of neat side hobbies, which are leather upholstery, which has brought all sorts of adventures like tuning up walking foot sewing machines. So I don't know if you share any of those common interests, but I've done lots of topics on that. And also lately, laser engraving has become a big part of my workroom. So that's the topic we're going to focus on today with this Laserpecker LP2 Plus, and we'll see what are some of the differences, because I also had the original LP2. This one is quite a bit better, so let's check it out. For basic flat projects that are small in size, up to about 4 inches squared, this thing is really easy to use. Just use the up and down arrows right on the machine, and that'll drop the guard down to focus the laser. You'll get a visual representation of that with the 2 red dots. So as the 2 dots align, you'll know the machine is focused, but it also happens right when this guard touches down to the material. Get things centered up where I want them. Choose our material, Leatherette, and start it up. Wow, that one was really quick. Nicely centered image and within the boundary of the stitching line, so I like that. And with that guard in place, you technically don't have to wear safety glasses, so that's kind of nice to be able to roam freely in your shop while your machine goes to work. Hey guys, just a quick heads up, as we move along here, links will be down in the description to the main laser engraver as well as some of my favorite accessories. There's a riser block that'll come with your main laser as well as with some of the optional accessories. So I wound up with 2 or 3 of these, and they are super handy for using those accessories, but also if you just want to raise up the laser for working on taller or thicker stock. And then there's a versatile roller. This one is really nice. It's a little basic compared to their more advanced rotary attachment, but if you're just looking to do some basic projects occasionally, this one can work quite well. This rotary extension gets a little bit fancier, and it's almost like a lathe. It's got a headstock side and a tailstock side. This actually has 2 wheels to support cylindrical objects, like if you want to engrave stainless steel tumblers, this is a perfect accessory for that. And that tailstock actually raises or lowers so you can level out your project. You can even loosen this knob and angle the whole headstock, so all sorts of applications for that. That does come off really easily. It's just held in place with magnets. So there's a couple of thumb screws in there. So just loosen those off if you want to pull the guard off, and you can work on larger or unwieldy projects. And of course, in that case, you would want to wear eye protection. And that guard even has a built-in fan. As soon as that's plugged in, it starts blowing to exhaust any fumes. Well, if this side hobby topic is speaking your language, do me 2 favors. Give me a quick thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. Things I noticed comparing my original LP2 with the versatile roller and now using the LP2 Plus with this rotary attachment, it just feels more accurate, and overall the machine is more powerful. It jumped up to a 10-watt laser for this unit, so the result is it's just really fast to engrave these tumblers. And the other thing I noticed is when it comes time to clean them up, it's 10 or 15 seconds of washing any of the soot off, and they just clean up really nice. So a lot of good positives with this kit if you're looking to get into entry-level laser engraving, but what about the negatives? Well, for me, there were just a couple. The first one has to do with wire management, and it's not too bad as a basic engraver kit, but as you start to add a few accessories, you'll notice there's a bunch of wires to deal with here. So for me, I think I'm just going to run down to the automotive store and pick up some of this split loom that I can wrap around and help tidy up the wires a little bit. And the second has to do specifically with this rotary attachment. I found myself wishing that the headstock was about 1 inch higher. Now the tailstock is height adjustable, but despite that, I found that some different shapes and sizes of tumblers, it was impossible to actually level it out. Now I didn't find that that specifically affected the quality of the engraving, but if this headstock was about 1 inch higher, I think it would work with more of these different shapes and sizes. That's as low as the tailstock will go. It'll go plenty high, but it can't go any lower than that. Now, is this the engraver you'll use to start your own full-time business for making and selling products? No, probably not. This is more of a hobby level engraver, but in that category, it's got some cool features. So if you're going to use the slide extension, I found it was best to use this riser add-on, and instead of having it come front to back, make it go over to the side so you're a little further away from this vertical element of the engraver. Then you can attach the laser module to that as usual. You can use some blue painter's tape or whatever works best for you to help center the design on your workpiece. That looks pretty good there. I have the lens, and we'll make our final selections on the app. I'm just using beechwood. That'll be a close setting to this white oak. So here I'm not using the tape to engrave through, which you'll see some people do for laser engraving, but just as a center marker, and that aligned things just as I wanted on my panel. So if you're a woodworker interested in branching out, or you just want to get into laser engraving in general, I've got some links for you down in the description that are worth a look.